Hi, welcome to my channel Takniki Gyan Guru. Today our topic is OOPS, where we will discuss class, object, encapsulation, and data hiding with an example in C Sharp. We have already discussed about class and object in my previous class, but today I will brief you about class. So the question is, what is class? Class is a template or blueprint that contains methods and properties. So let's have an example, real example. That one person, that person should have some personal information like name, age, date of birth, gender. these personal information these personal information is called properties, and this person should have behavior like he can run, he can sing, he can dance, or he can swim, and these behavior is called method or functions. So this person should have the personal information and behavior. The personal information is called properties and behavior is called method. And this person, if this person has the personal information and behavior, that is called class. The class contains of properties and methods. Now we understood the class, and I have already discussed about how to install C Sharp in VS Code. Also create a sample C Sharp program in VS Code as well. So now we will understand a class and object through a code. Let's click on View and Command Plate, or you can press Control Shift and P to open a command plate. Here you can click on New Project. It will open a new window where you can select your project type. There are different project type available in this window, but today we will work on console app. So select console app where we can create our class and program. Let's click on console app. Now it will ask me to give a project name. So let's say oops chapter 1. Click on and enter. Now it will ask you to save this project in default directory, or you want to choose another directory. Let me choose another directory today. Oops. Now you can create another project like, or another folder name, or you can save any other folder, right? I would say class and or chapter 1. Say, now you can see the new folder is created. This is the project, Shisha project, and it create a solution, oops chap 1, one CS file where you can create your code, and the CS project, the configuration of this project will be here. So in this program.cs, you select all and delete. Now we will create our own code. uh, Now create a namespace, and name space Takniki Gyan Guru. Now the question is, what is the namespace? Namespace is basically a logical group of classes, right? So we can manage multiple classes in the same namespace. For example, in Windows you have the folders, right? In different folders you can manage different files. Similarly, in like a namespace, we can manage multiple classes in a multiple group of classes in the namespace, right? So it will help us to manage our classes, too many classes in the namespace. So the namespace is created. Inside the namespace we will create a class. The class, let's say program. Now in, inside the class we should create a main function, so that your program will start from this function, right? So static main, static void main. Assign parameter as string. Okay, so the main function is created. Our function will start from this function only. So let's leave it for now. We will not do it now. We should create another class. Let's say class chapter 1, or let's say class person. Okay. Inside the person we should create some uh, variable and properties. So inside these properties and methods, right, we should create let's say we have private string name, okay, and public string name, get, this should be name, return name, and set name equals to value. Okay, so let's understand what is it. So this is the property of name, and this property is public, right? So this name should be accessible to anywhere. Now how this name will be, get set means, some if some from program we are setting some name for this object. So we will set name equals to value, and we will get those value using the get property, right? So this way we will set all these properties. Let's say private int age, public int age. Similarly we will define all these property here. Get, return age, and set property, set age equal to value. We set the value because whenever we'll setting up a value, this value should be, assigned to this age. Okay, this would be capital H, and we will access only the public property, not this private one. Similarly we have the gender, gender, right? And define a function over here, public void run, not passing any parameter here, like if let's define some variable int speed equals to 0. Now if age age is less than greater than 6 and age, sorry, it should be capital, age is less than equals to 10 years, then speed equals to 2. Else if age is greater than 10 and age is less than equals to 60, then speed will be let's say 5 km/h, else speed will be 1 km/h. Right now, say console dot write line say male gender equals to male, right? If I'm making another condition the same way, like inside a bracket, okay, like if gender equals to main, and then the should return he, and else it should be she. So gender equal to she, then plus I guess some issue, gender is string. So if gender equal to male, what is it? Int string. Okay, string, this should be string also. Now I'm making one other if condition. If gender equals to male, then it will return he, else it will return she. This is one string. It will return one string, he or she, based on gender. Now he can run he can run with speed of again plus speed plus kilometer per hour. Okay, so this line is console. It will return it will give me a output saying if gender is he or she. So if we are defining the gender is male, then it will return he can run with speed. If based on his age, speed will come here kilometer per hour. So we will concatenate these string using this plus sign, right? So we have already defined. Let's have one more function called swim. Let's say speed uh, 18 years and 4 3 should have 8 and 1, right? Similarly, male or female, you can run swim the speed of this, right? So two method I have defined in the class. Now understand, this is my class. I have defined properties name, age, gender, and two method and run and swim. Two methods have defined. So this is the class. We haven't given any value into this class. This is the template, or you can say the blueprint. This is the blueprint. We are not defining any, or we are not assigning the values of it. This is, we just defined it. Now if we are not mentioning anything before the class, by default it should be a private class. Now this can be accessed within the namespace. We can access the private class, but let's see we can, how we can access this class. We have to create an object of this class and then use, let's say how to try person. We need to give a object name o obj1 equal to new person. So now you can see we have create an object of this person. This the person having the properties and method. We have create an object from this class. Now we can get or set the value of this object, right? Like object one dot name. Suppose we have the name. I have given name Isan. Object dot gender equals to male. Object one dot age equals to let's say 20. Okay. And we are calling the function as well, object one dot run function. Okay, now let's understand what we are doing. We are just setting up the name, or we are giving value to this object, right? So we are assigning this value. So when we are assigning, we are setting up the value to name of this object. So when we are setting up, it will go to the set. In the set, whatever value we are giving here, that will set into the name, the private value, because you can see you can't access your private value over here. Object one dot, have you, can you see the small age or small gender or name? You can't access the private value over here. right? The private value we can't access, we can access only the public. So the private, public, and protected. There are three kind of access specifier, right? We'll discuss private and public here, and once we will discuss the inheritance, then we'll discuss the protected one. So the public specifier can be accessed anywhere, but the private access specifier or private properties and method can be accessed inside the class, right? So now we understood the class and object. Here we have created the object. Now we understood the encapsulation, right? What is encapsulation? Encapsulation is, you know, encapsulation is we can, have, properties and method into single unit, right? So in object we can see the properties and method in a single unit. When we can create an object, and then you can say the object one dot name dot gender or run, right? All are object and object, all properties and method in a single unit called object, right? So that means when we say the object and properties both are in a single unit called object, that is encapsulation. Also the access specify, right? Private, public. So we can't access private with out of the class, but public can be accessed from different class, right? And the protected can be accessed only the inherited class, right? So these are the things. Now let's create another object. uh, Before that, let's run this, right? What will be the output for this? Now you can see in the output is he can run with a speed of 5 kilometer per hour. How it came? It should have some space in between he and can. 5 kilometers based on his age. Let's understand how it's come, right? So his age we have given 20. 20 comes between greater than 10 and less than equals to 60, means his speed will be 5, right? So the gender is male. So he, if the gender is male, then it will say he can run with a speed of 5, because age is greater than 10, less than 60. It will, the 20 will come under this condition. So its speed will be 5, and then the gender is also male. Then if he is male, then he can run with a speed of 5 kilometer per hour. Now this is done. Now copy this one, create another object, say object 2. Now name is Samita, female, age say 8 years, and object 2 should be all 2. Now run it again, go to there and run this project. Now first run, he can run with a speed of 5 kilometers, same, and she can run with speed of 2 kilometer, because 2 kilometer comes under this condition. Else, not else, age is 6 and less than 10, so we put 8. So 8 comes under this condition. Say name is Samita, female, 8. So she is female and condition is 8, means if she is 8, it will come under this condition and speed will be 2, right? So then gender is male, so she can run with a speed of 2 kilometers. Okay, and let's say you run swim. Then if you run this one, he can run with a speed of 5 kilometers and she can swim with speed of 3 kilometers. So same, 8 will come under 6, greater than 6, less than equals to 8, then speed would be 3, and she is female, then she can swim with the speed of 3 kilometers per hour. So we understood the class. Class is a blueprint or collection of properties and methods. Object, we can create object of a class to define the value of this properties, and we can run the method. We can call the method, right? Encapsulation, as I said, we can combine the object properties and methods into one object called encapsulation. Just for example, you have the capsule, right? In the capsule, everything should be inside the box, the capsule. So similarly, we have everything into one unit called object. Inside the object, we will have the properties and methods. We have already discussed and understood the class, object, and encapsulation. Now we will discuss about data hiding. The data hiding is a concept of hiding some important information within the class and the other class. So we will discuss more about this data hiding in some other sessions when we will discuss abstractions. So now this will end of this session. Thank you so much for watching this video. We'll come back with more videos. Till then, bye.